Welcome to the Gwent deck guide, featuring Cerys Gravedigger deck.
Our shields are our ramparts!
The predictability of this deck makes it especially hard to play since your opponent is always aware of what you're going to do next. With that being said, it's still a threat to the current meta decks and, if played correctly, almost unbeatable. The following cards are a must-have: Oneiromancy, Cerys An Crate, Lippy. The deck is also great at hyper-thinning with the likes of Brina Bran, Roach, and Nikas. Always look for Lippy, that is our first priority. If you have unwanted cards, you can replace them with Snowdrop. Don't be scared to discard Roach and Nikas, since you will redraw them in turn 3. Note that you should keep 2-sec skirmishers, since they are great tempo value. Here are a few combo options you have to be aware of. First up, Lippy, Roach and Morkwark. Note that if Oneiromancy is in your deck, it will be drawn next turn, since it has the Echo tag. Next up, Brina and Snowdrop. This combo is especially useful if you want to draw key cards like Cerys or Lippy, while also providing you with some tempo. Cerys An Crate is our main opener. With a whopping 18-point tempo, you get to assert dominance on board, while also having full control over what you do. Since our opponent wants to maximize his thrive, we start removing his larvae and vampire units in order to shut down the engines and stay ahead in points. Our opponent starts buffing his V, so in order to be able to react, we play Snowdrop, looking for a Karathi Heatwave. Since we can use it twice with Lippy, be generous with it. Try using Ursine Ritual as many times as possible without losing points, since you only need 1 tick at the end of the game. Our opponent plays Ihwara Quax, hoping to fish out a Lippy, but since we have him in our hand, we are okay. As you can see, our win condition is tied to Lippy, so getting him first is crucial. We don't want to play him this round though, so we are forced to pass. Our opponent is not interested in pushing round 2. We pass the turn with a Haymace Glad for extra thinning. This round 3 looks deadly. I decide not to pull out Cerys, but instead I play Brina Bran. This is because we have 2 2-sec skirmishes in our hand, which makes this a 14-point tempo play. Plus, we have many ways of pulling out Cerys. This time, no other cards are needed, since we get Cerys right away. Our opponent is unable to keep up with our tempo, resulting in a win. It is important to know when to pass. We use Cerys in round 2, forcing our opponent to overcommit. We still have a great low card plan, so it's better to bait out the opponent's win condition if you have the chance. After passing on equal cards, we play Snowdrop into Brina Bran, gaining the upper hand and winning the game. Note, you only want to hang on to the Karathi Heatwave if you have the last say. Here's another example how you can win without Cerys. Our opponent is playing a Colgrim deck, and after a successful round 1, we decide to push it. We know that he will win round 3 despite our tempo because of the deck difference, so we go for a 2-0. Note that you can use the Bear Witcher Quartermaster if you don't have Ursine Ritual anymore. With that being said, don't be afraid to exhaust your leader ability in close situations. Here we can see the deck's full potential. Its insane tempo chain is something to watch out for and, if left unchecked, can be near impossible to catch up to. Our opponent is playing a Gezras deck, so we know for a fact that round 3 is going to be a sure loss, since the damage and boost of Gezras is too much to handle. Note that plays like this don't always work, but since Lippy is super predictable, we have to find ways to keep surprising our opponents. This can include overcommitting, bluffing or passing in awkward scenarios. The deck is only as versatile as the player. Overall, the deck is easy to play yet difficult to master. Its predictability is its greatest weakness, but if you play your cards right, your opponents stand no chance. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Until then, how about a round of Gwent?